Good morning. My name is Suresh Bhatt and I'll be teaching you algebra, algebraic expressions, equations and identities. Okay, last time we had seen certain laws of indices and algebraic expressions and equations, and today we will be solving certain sums based on that. So we will be solving about 8 to 10 sums which are there in the board examination of past papers. So let us start. So first is, now you see the first question. See, sometimes the questions will be very simple and easy, and then slowly as we keep on going ahead, the difficulty level can increase. Okay, so let us start. Now the first question is, find the value of 7x plus 3y when x is equal to 12 and y is equal to minus 6. So here the solution. See, whenever this type of sum is given, we have to just substitute the values of given variables. Now here x and y are variables and this is your algebraic expression. So let us substitute these values in the given expression and find its value. Solution. So now your expression is 7x plus 3y. Okay. So now this is equal to, now let us substitute the values. So 7 into 12 plus 3 into minus 6. So you will get 7 into 12, 84, minus 18. So finally you will get your answer as 66. Okay, so see, this is how main thing is that first we have to see what is the question given, and then accordingly whatever is the information given, we have to just substitute that and find the answer. Okay, so now let us go to the next question. Okay, so now let us go to the next question. Remember that all these questions are from the board mathematics past papers, and so that you will become confident that how to solve the algebraic expressions and identities and all. So let us see the next question now. Expand and simplify. So see, that is they have given expand and simplify. Okay, so what is the thing they have given? 6 in bracket 2y minus 3 minus 5 in bracket y plus 1. Okay, fine. So now we have to just expand and simplify. So see, what is the solution? So first, whenever you multiply, the bracket being open, so you multiply this number by the first term and then this number by the second term. So your answer will become here 12y minus 18. Okay, fine. So now the first bracket we have completed. Now let us see the second bracket. Now second bracket, whenever there is a negative sign and when you multiply, the signs in the bracket will change. So this will become minus 5y. Again you are multiplying minus 5 to 1, which is equal to minus 5. So finally again you simplify this. Now we are bringing like terms together. So 12y minus 5y. And then the numbers minus 18 minus 5. So finally you will get 12 minus 5y, which is 7y, and minus 18 minus 5, which is minus 23. So you understood how to solve. So basically, whenever the expression is given, we have to open the bracket. Open the bracket means what? Bracket means multiplication. And when the multiplication is there, if there is a plus sign outside, you can multiply this number by both the things according to their signs. But if there is a negative sign outside the bracket, you will have to change the sign when you open the bracket. Okay, fine. So let us go to the next sum. Okay, now you see the next one is you have to find the value of q. So see, find the value of q. Okay, so find the value of q. Now what they have given, the sum is 3 raised to minus q multiplied by 1 upon 27 equal to 81. Okay, so see, this is the sum. Find the value of q. 3 raised to minus q, the expression is given, 3 raised to minus q, so we can say given. Okay, so this is the given, this is the sum. 3 raised to minus q multiplied by 1 upon 27 equal to 81. So now see, first step is, now we will bring variables on one side and the numbers on the another side. So therefore next one is, so solution. So solution is, therefore we can write 3 raised to minus q, keep the variables on one side, and now this we can cross multiply. This is equal to 27 multiplied by 81. Fine. So we keep one variable term on one side and the numbers on the other side. So that is the way we can go for solving this sum. Okay, fine. Now see, here it is 3 raised to something, 3 raised to minus q, and here you have got a number. So if we can convert this into the powers of 3, then it becomes quite easy. Therefore we can again say 3 raised to minus q equal to 27. Now 27 is 3 raised to 3, and 81 is 3 raised to 4. So basically here you have to know the powers at least up to raised to 4, raised to 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, of different numbers. Say basically 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 maximum. That is quite okay, you know. Otherwise you will have to use the calculator, but it is very easy without using, we are doing this. So now we are using laws of indices. A raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. So 3 raised to 3 plus 4. Okay, so here 3 raised to 7. So what law of indices we are using? Here we are using the law of indices. I will just write it down here. A raised to m multiplied by a raised to n equal to a raised to m plus n. Okay, like this. So we are using the laws of indices here to simplify the expression. So you are getting finally 3 raised to minus q equal to 3 raised to 7. Okay, so now it is quite simple. The base is same. So if the base is same, we can equate the indices. So therefore we can write minus q equal to 7. Why? Base is same. So minus q equal to 7, therefore q equal to minus 7. Okay, so this is the your answer for the above question. So they are asking find the value of q. So this is how you have to solve. So you can understand once again, see this, the expression given is 3 raised to minus 3 into 1 upon 27 equal to 81. So we have to, our first step will be to keep the variable on one side and the numbers on the another side. So we have cross multiplied this, 3 raised to minus 2 equal to 27 and 81. Now therefore now we are, what we are doing is, since here the base is 3, we have to convert this number in the base of 3. So now 27 is 3 raised to 3, 81 is 3 raised to 4. Now we use first law of indices, a raised to m into a raised to n equal to a raised to n plus n. So this will become 3 raised to 3 plus 4 equal to 3 raised to 7. So finally you will get q equal to minus 7. Why? Because the base is same. If the base is same, index has to be same. Okay, fine. So now let us go to the next question. Okay, so slowly you will become confident about how to solve the equations, algebraic expressions and all that. Okay, so let us go further. Okay, so now the next question is find the exact value of, okay, find the exact value of. Remember that all these problems are from the board examinations past papers, so that you become confident that whatever you are doing is according to whatever is expected. So now the next question is, find the exact value of 8 raised to 2 upon 3 into 49 raised to minus half. Yes, okay. So now see, this is the expression they have given. So we have to find the exact value. Now again, you see, we have to simplify this solution. Okay. So again, we will try to find out if there are some powers of some numbers, and then we can simplify using the laws of indices. So you can remember that all these type of sums can be solved using the laws of indices. So let us write it down now. Now 8 raised to 2 upon 3, we can write it as, because 8 is 2 raised to 3, so I will just write 2 raised to 3 raised to 2 upon 3 multiplied by 49. 49 means I can write it as 7 square and raised to minus half. Fine? Very easy. Okay. So you see now what happens. Now we are going to use the laws of indices. A raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. So what we are going to use it now is here a raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. Okay. So this law of indices which we are going to use here. So this is equal to, I can write, so 2 raised to 3 multiplied by 2 upon 3 multiplied by 7 raised to 2 multiplied by minus half. Okay. A raised to m raised to n is equal to a raised to mn. Here also a raised to m raised to n, a raised to mn. Now it is very easy to simplify. This 3 and 3 will get cancelled, so you will get 2 square into, now again this 2 and 2 will get cancelled, will get 7 raised to minus 1. So finally this is 4, and you know a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m, so that is 7. So here we are using a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. Okay, so again here it's like earlier example we had used a raised to m into a raised to n is equal to a raised to m plus n. Here in this example we are using a raised to m raised to n equal to a raised to mn, and a raised to minus m is equal to 1 upon a raised to m. Also you will see that we know that 8 is 2 cube, 2 raised to 3, and 49 is 7 square. So this prior information gives us very fast method for solving this. You remember that now, see, everywhere you don't keep on using the calculator, even though the calculator may be allowed, calculator may not be allowed. But if you know that how it is to be worked, then it becomes very fast. Okay, fine. So your final answer for this, find the exact value 4 upon 7. Now, okay, if you want to find the exact value in terms of decimal, now you know you can write it as 0. You divide 4 by 7 is 40, 7 5s are 35, 5 remaining, 7 7s are 49, 1 7 1s are 1, 3 7 4s. So finally your answer will become, even if you write up to 4 upon 7, that is correct. And but if you want to further write in terms of the decimals, you can write up to 4 decimals, 0.5714. Okay, so this is how we are using laws of indices to solve the sum. So let us go to the next sum. Okay, now the next sum what we have got is the solve the inequality. Okay, so now see, solve the inequality. You see, the inequality means the expressions are not equal. Okay, so they are unequal. So either they are less than or greater than. So you are using this symbol symbols less than, this is less than, and this is greater than. Okay, so whenever we solve the inequality, we are using these symbols less than or greater than, and they are solved just like any algebraic equations. Okay, so what is the sum given? So now let us see. The sum given is we have to solve. Okay, so what we have to solve? 3n minus 5 greater than 17 plus 8n. Okay, so this is the inequality given. Okay, why inequality? Because it is not put in terms of equal to, like in algebraic equation we put something equal to something, but here either it is less than or greater than. Now here it is greater than this. So again the inequalities are solved just like algebraic equation. Okay, so inequalities are solved just like algebraic equations, and so the variables can be put on one side and the numbers or constants can be put on the other side. So let us solve. Now 3n minus 5, so solution is now you bring the variables on one side, so 3n, and whenever you bring from right to left the sign changes, plus becomes minus. Okay, and now this inequality sign will keep it as it is. So what variables we have brought one side, now let the numbers, we'll put it on other side. Again, when you transfer from left to right, the sign changes, signs of the numbers or constants. So this 17 is as it is. Now this minus 5 becomes plus 5. Okay, so remember, if you change the terms from right hand to left hand, the sign changes. From left hand to right hand, the sign changes. So finally, this is equal to, therefore, 3n minus 8n, it will become minus 5n greater than 22. Fine. So this is your first step and the second step. You bring the variables on one side and the constant on the other side. Now what happens? Whenever we have to solve the inequality, we have to solve in terms of the variable. So we must write in terms of n. We cannot keep the expression just like that. Fine. Now how to bring it in terms of n? Now there is a negative sign here. You see in inequality, if you multiply by a negative number, this inequality sign will change. Okay. So we are multiplying this by minus 1. So because both we can multiply, divide anything by using positive numbers, but only if you put negative numbers, then this inequality sign changes. So if you multiply this by minus 1, okay, the entire expression, so you get 5n. Now this sign will change because we are multiplying by minus 1. So this will become less than minus 22. Okay. So because we are multiplying this by minus 1. So what happens now? Again, you want only n in terms of n. So therefore, n will become equal to, sorry, not equal to, n will be, now this sign, because we are dividing only by a positive number 5 on both the sides, so the inequality sign will remain just like that. So n less than minus 22 divided by 5, because you are dividing both the sides by constant number. So remember that inequalities have to be solved just like any algebraic expression, and whenever we have to bring variables on one side and the numbers and constants on another side. Only thing is that if you multiply by a negative number, this inequality sign will change, and that you have to remember. And then whenever you have to divide by positive numbers, the inequality sign will not change. Okay, so this is your answer. Finally you get n less than minus 22 upon 5. So this inequality we have solved. Okay, so now let us go to the next sum. Okay, so see, like last time we were discussing about laws of indices, algebraic expressions, equations. Now today we have studied what is inequality and how to solve those inequalities. Inequalities are solved just like an algebraic expression. So now let us go to the next sum. So remember that All the sums or problems what we are solving are from board past papers. So your confidence level will keep on increasing and you will become very confident. Okay, so now let us see the next sum. Now what they are saying, y is directly proportional. Let me write it down. Y is directly proportional to x minus 1 whole square. Okay. So they have given you this sum question, y is directly proportional to x minus 1 square. Now they have given also when, this is additional information, when x is equal to 5, y equal to 4. Okay, this is the additional information. Okay, so the question is y is directly proportional to x minus 1 whole square. When x is equal to 5, y is equal to 4. Find y when, now the question is find, so this is the statement and now this is the question, find y when x is equal to 7. Okay, fine. Okay, so now see we have to, this is the statement given, y is directly proportional to x minus 1 square. When x is equal to 5, y equal to 4, that is an additional information. Now the question is find y when x is 7. Okay, so now see, like how we have studied now inequality, same way now we will see something called as the proportionals, direct proportion and inverse proportion. Okay, so now see, just let me give you the background and then solution. So let me first give you the background and then solution. Okay, now we say when, so okay, solution say okay, when x is proportional to y. Okay, so just general statement. So if when x is proportional to y, this proportionality sign can be removed by using a constant. So we say therefore x is equal to k multiplied by y. See, this k is called constant. Now we have removed this proportionality sign here and put a constant. So if x is directly proportional, this is directly proportional. If x is directly proportional to y, x is equal to k into y. Same way, supposing if you have got x direct, this inversely proportional. So we inversely proportional means 1 upon y. If x is inversely proportional to y, again we will have, therefore x is equal to, I can put it here say k1 and here I can put it as x is, x is equal to k2, it can be any constant upon y. Okay, or we will get here xy equal to constant. Okay, so remember that here for direct proportion you will have when x is directly proportional to y, x is equal to ky, or x upon y is constant, or we can just write or x upon y is equal to constant in direct variation or direct proportion or variation. For inverse variation or inverse proportion, we will see that x into y is constant. Okay, so this is basic fundamentals. Okay, so this you remember how to use this proportionality sign and constant, and when you remove this proportionality sign we substitute by constant value. So now let us use this to solve this sum. Okay, so let us start this using this information and background. So we say solution, since y is directly proportional to this thing, so we write y directly proportional to x minus 1 whole square. Okay, that is what they have given. So we again remove this proportionality sign and substitute constant. Therefore y equal to k multiplied by x minus 1 square. Fine. So just now we have studied the direct variation or direct proportion and indirect variation or indirect proportion. So y is equal to k into x minus 1 square. Why we do this? We do this to find the value of the constant, because that value of the constant has to be substituted in the given statement to find the exact equation. Fine. So let us now substitute these values which they are given. So when x is equal to 5, y equal to 4. Okay, therefore we write y is 4. So 4 equal to k we don't know, we have to find k. X is 5, 5 minus 1 whole square. Fine. So now this is nothing but I can write it as k multiplied by 5 minus 1 is 4, 4 square 16. So you are getting 4 equal to k into 16, or we will get k equal to 4 upon 16, which is 1 upon 4. Okay. So your first job, whenever certain proportionality sum is given, is to substitute this proportionality sign by constant and find the value of this constant. So which we have done, because they are also given the information when x equal to 5, y equal to 4. So since k is equal to 1 upon 4, your actual equation, now you have to substitute here. Okay. So your actual equation will become y equal to 1 upon 4 into this. So let us write that. Okay. So I will not remove it right now, just to show that what you will do. So y equal to 1 upon 4, okay, value of k, x minus 1 whole square. Fine. So this is your final equation, because we have found. Now here we have to, then whatever is the question is asked. So these are the first few steps before we find the value of y when x equal to 7. Okay, fine. Now let us find the value of y when x equal to 7. I can just write it here. Y equal to 1 upon 4. Now 7 minus 1 square. Okay. So now this I will just rub it off. So you will get here, therefore y equal to 1 upon 4. Now 7 minus 1 is 6. 6 square 36. Fine. So now you know 4 ones are 4 nines are. Therefore y equal to 9. So see, you have got the final answer. Y is equal to 9. So the steps for this is, whenever there is a proportionality sum is given, you first write in the sign in terms of proportion, the equation, and then you find the value of constant, resubstitute and get the exact equation, y equal to so much, 1 upon 4. Then substitute the new values which they want. Earlier values we have substituted and found the constant. Now substitute the new value and find the answer. Okay. So now one or two more sums and then we'll stop. Okay. So now first is two more sums, then we'll stop. Okay. Yeah.